Ooh. Woo. Hey everybody, I'm just lying here in bed. I'm gonna do a D&D update, but I decided to give you guys something to look at. But I should probably warn you, like epilepsy warning for this shit. I found these like little things. I guess they're my nephews or something. They're pretty cool. So I'm going to bed early tonight, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the D&D update. This is kind of fucking tiring, actually. So I might not do this the entire fucking thing. So where to start? So DA where did we fucking start off at? Oh yeah. So we were at the side of the river. We ended up on the wrong side of the river again. But it's a good thing because, it turned out there were like lots of rapids and stuff. So, us kind of taking this detour meant that we didn't go across those rapids unprepared. So, because if we had, we would have been fucked. So, what we decided to do is like, because we didn't want to go through the whole wolf thing fucking again. So, we decided half the party will wait at the crossing where we need to cross the river, and the other half will get the boat so we can ferry everybody across the river. But Daemon decides, fuck it, I'm gonna cross the river. I'm Mr. Billy fucking badass bard. I'm gonna fucking do this shit. So, fucking Daemon starts fording the river, and I I make a bet on it. I'm like, okay, 20 gold pieces says he fucking fails, and Rob and Lundy takes me up on the offer, but Rob decides, fuck it, I don't need money. I'm gonna fuck with Lundy. I'm gonna fuck with Daemon. So he fucking puts Daemon to sleep. But to be fair, I was gonna shoot Daemon anyway, so it's kind of good he put him to sleep because it gave me a fucking excuse to shoot him. So, and I'm actually the fucking hero to shoot him because he fell asleep in the middle of a fucking river. So the only thing to wake him up is, a severe dosage of fucking pain. So, he wakes up, he loses some of his shit, but, yeah, he's got a bullet wound, but he's not at the bottom of a fucking waterfall, so. Um, so then nothing really happens. The other half of the party gets back with the boat, and we ferry ourselves across where we find a small cave, which we decide to hold up for in the night. And it's, right off the bat, it's kind of weird because, like, there's this stone furniture, right? Sirius describes stone furniture, but he says it's kind of like melded into the floor, so it's like that's a little weird. And then there was like this weird, could have been a dude, could have been a statue type thing. We didn't know because it was a cave, it's fucking dark and shit. So there's something back there holding a bow and arrow. Turns out it was like a dude who got petrified. Like, he probably died, and, the mineral water in the cave coated him over the years, and same with his fucking, his furniture. So, Damon tries to go for the bow, and fucking once again gets fucking attacked. Like, Daemon was not fucking lucky at all in this game. He hasn't been lucky really at all in this game in any of the sessions, but he gets attacked by like some weird stalagmite bug things. So combat breaks out. Abby fucking hits Abby hits one of them with the color spray, but she also hits Daemon, and because Daemon's only a first level character, like it and the fucking stalagmite bug both get knocked out, and they're blind and stunned and sickened, and like it's a whole bunch of shit that fucking happens to DA. Poor DA, man. So Lundy squishes. Wait, no, who managed to? You know what? It was Puka, actually. I think Puka managed. Wait, who was it? I think it was either Puka or Dixie managed to knock the bug that was on Lundy's face off of him and killed it in the he didn't kill it in the process. He just kind of he just kind of knocked it out. So Lundy went over and like stomped it in its little bug head, and then it was like my fucking turn, and I was like, I could just like kill the other bug right now, but my character's really fucking greedy, so I'm going to fucking take the bow. And I did. And then somebody else squished the other bug and, into combat. Those things weren't really, they weren't like fucking too difficult. They were more ambush things, They were just waiting there for the person to grab the bow, and then they get fucked up if they were unlucky, i.e. fucking, de-aiming. So, we rest for the night, pretty uneventful, and, we set out for, once again in the morning, and we reach a boggy area. And the first thing we noticed is there's a lizard in a cage. And not like a little tiny, like, pet lizard in a terrarium or something, but a giant fucking lizard, like, about the size of a horse or something. Like, fuck off big. So, we're kind of, like, assessing the situation when some hobgoblins come up. And they were about to attack us, but thankfully my character, unlike most dwarves, does not hate goblins. In fact, he is quite fond of the goblin races. In particular, hobgoblins. They are a very noble and just warlike race, and they like weapons. So, my character likes that. They're good clients. So, I strike up a conversation with them, and it turns out that these goblins are part of the clan that Dixie tricked in the last adventure. So, we decide, hey, let's go ahead. We already fucking basically, gave these fuckers false information and everything. We might as well stay around and fucking gain some spoils of battle. So, and, later on, after the game series pretty much tells us, it's like we had like an equal chance of running into both groups of hobgoblins. And it just so happens to turn out we picked the dumb group, the back, which actually works out for us because, when it comes to this kind of thing, you never want to fucking back the strong party. You always want to back the person who is weaker, just in case you one day have to take them out. So we meet up with the hobgoblins, and this is like usually the time I would say we would plot a strategy, because we were attacking like a small fort. But, these guys were fucking stupid, so there was no fucking planning session, pretty much. Like, there was kind of a plan, but once fucking shit started, like, that went out the fucking window immediately. Because, basically, we split off into two groups. Daemon and Puka went off on their own, which, like, that's been kind of like the team up. That's been kind of like the breakout reconnaissance team up group of the party is Puka and Daemon. So basically, Daemon was going to start a fire at the back end of the fort, while Puka climbed over and kind of assessed the situation, as it were. So they do their part. Daemon gets a couple of arrows for his trouble. Puka goes unnoticed. Like, Puka's really fucking good at stealth. So we go into battle. So the hobgoblins release the fucking lizard. The lizard fucking attacks them. So now we're having to deal with that. So me and Abby, we kind of start shooting at the dudes in the tower because they're archers to kind of, provide a little bit of cover. Like, and me and Abby, like, we did a fucking shit ton. Like, Abby was like, she was fucking like just sending bolts of electricity left and right with these motherfuckers. She even like, she got a good fucking hit on a dude with her crossbow too. But I did kill 3 fucking people. So me and Abby, I would say, like, in combat, we were definitely the MVPs of combat. So, where was I? I'm getting distracted by these lights. So yeah, we provide some range support while the others try to deal with the lizard that is attacking our forces. So Rob has a pretty good idea, and it's always, he has kind of the standard fucking Rob idea. It's like, I'm going to use a spell or an item in a way that the game developers never fucking intended this to fucking be used. So he uses the mount spell, which is a pretty standard spell. It summons a horse. What he does is he summons the horse in the air over top of the fucking lizard, and it falls on the lizard and does a fucking huge amount of damage to the lizard, but it doesn't kill the lizard. It kills the fucking horse. But it's kind of funny because, like, Abby's character has, like, the whole, like, love of nature stuff. So, like, her character was probably just like, this is the most fucked up thing I've ever seen. So Lundy managed to quell the lizard. And by quell, I mean fucking kill. And then began the siege. Because, again, we backed the dumb hobgoblins. So these goblins on the inside, they had their shit together. They had archers up in the tower, and then they had long spears. They had spearmen down at the gate. So all they had to do was, like, just poke their fucking spears through the gate, and then. So, I mean, this was honestly one of the longest combats I've been in a long time. I mean, I would say it had to have been, it went on for more than 10 rounds because I had an item I used before combat, like it's a little thing that gives you, like, extra temporary HP. That fucking expired before the battle fucking wore out. So it was like, and that lasts like fucking 5 minutes, and that's like fucking 50. No, it didn't. It doesn't. No, it lasts 10 minutes. So not 10 minutes. 2 minutes, and that's 20 rounds. So it lasted a fucking shit long. So, and the only characters really who did any real damage were Daemon, Abby, and myself. Because, like, for some reason, like, nobody else. Rob did some damage too, because Rob eventually took out his crossbow, but nobody else in the party have ranged weapons. And I can kind of get Lundy not having them because, like, he wants to be Mr. Billy Badass fucking anti-paladin dude. But like, although to be fair, like also to be fair, like Dixie's character has a good excuse for not having ranged weapons because when we found him, he didn't have much on him because, you know, the whole thing with the bullywugs. So, but like Puka, like all he has is like a hand crossbow. But I think Puka did take the magic crossbow though because like I'm not gonna, I mean the magic bow because I'm not gonna use it. You know, I got a gun. I did score a fucking critical hit on it, dude. That was pretty fucking cool. But you know, through perseverance, we managed to carry the day. Mainly because at one point we managed to finally get the gate down, and CJ in a brilliant fucking like you know I gotta say like you know everybody in the party did really fucking great in this battle. Like fucking CJ ended up casting Obscure and Miss, and Tango managed to bluff the hobgoblins into thinking reinforcements had come, so they gave themselves up, but they didn't want to drop their weapons, so I decided to take a fucking, you know, take a page out of the Bruce Willis school of fucking negotiation, and I discerned the lead hobgoblin, and I shot him in the fucking face like in Fifth Element. And, of course, the other goblins basically were like, fuck this, and they dropped their weapons, and we won. And, that's, pretty much where we ended. There was, like, some, like, minor discussion of, like, kind of what we want to do with the fort in the meantime until we can meet with, like, the actual leaders of the tribe we fought for. But, yeah, that's pretty much the end of, the campaign. I mean, not the end of the campaign, but the end of the game for, this week. So, there you go.